Clinton has entered the podcasting craze. This video is a review of Hillary Clinton's new podcast called With Her. Now, the problem for someone like me talking about any politician is so many people cannot confuse rating the communication skills or tactics with a politician with support or attacking the policy positions of that person. So let me try to separate it here. I am going to give a positive review of Hillary Clinton's new podcast. It's not because I'm trying to brainwash all of you into voting for Hillary. I do think, by the way, the name of the podcast is With Her. Seems like an odd name, but if you want a Hillary Clinton podcast, you'll be able to find it. Just go to the iTunes podcast or any other podcasting service. You'll find it typing in her name and the title With Her. So it's not that the podcast breaks new ground in radical new positions that Hillary Clinton has kept secret. It's not that, but it is just a friendly, relaxed conversation with somebody who, by his own admission, isn't a journalist, isn't trying to get scoops, and isn't trying to be something he isn't. But it's just a friendly conversation with a politician, and it lets you feel like it's just more intimate. She's talking about what she does when she wakes up in the morning. Now, this clearly isn't for everyone. In fact, most people in the world are not going to want to listen to any politician's podcast. But if you are interested in the politician and you don't just want to hear speeches, and you don't just want to see meet the press style interviews, I think this is yet another interesting way of candidate communications. Now, some will ridicule and mock this as saying, oh my God, TJ, you're in favor of propaganda. We're all supposed to say that propaganda is evil, but wait a minute. If you don't have a free press criticizing, then if all the communication comes from a candidate, then it's a problem. But nobody, no sane person can say with a straight face that Hillary Clinton hasn't had lots and lots of criticism from mainstream media reporters and reporters all across the spectrum. She gets lots and lots of criticism. Here's a chance for her to be real, be conversational, and I think unless you come into it with an anti-Hillary hating bias, she comes across more likable. One of the problems Hillary Clinton has, and it's frankly a problem a lot of politicians have, Bernie Sanders, Donald Trump, is that when they're giving big speeches, they tend to yell and they come across harsh. I'm not making a sexist observation. I've made the same criticism of Bernie Sanders and Donald Trump as coming across harsh when they yell. But when you're talking to one person in a room or over the phone in a conversation, you're not tempted to yell. So you sound conversational, you sound like a real person. I don't think we're that far away from the day when every single political campaign from president down to city council is going to have some kind of, if not daily, at least a weekly podcast of just a conversation with their press secretary, with a friend about what's going on in the campaign. Should all voting decisions be based on it? No. But if you're going to have press releases and TV commercials and radio commercials, this is another form of communication that I think, at least for some voters, will be interesting and will be consumed a lot more than just a 30-second ad. I'm TJ Walker. What do you think? Post your comments right here on YouTube, or if you're listening to this on iTunes, post it on my website or the Facebook page or on LinkedIn.